Let's start shooting him. This guy, not that guy. Oh, yep. Okay, well, I guess I just died. But hey, I don't care. I made it pretty damn far if I do say so myself. Wave 37. 210 grand? That's all I got for that? Jeez. Not bad, though. That was actually pretty fun. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to upload. And upload it I did. Because this is the furthest I've ever gotten in the survival. Usually before, I never recorded the survivals because I either ended it because, you know, I didn't have enough time, or mainly either I didn't have enough time or I just didn't feel like continuing on. Usually I never had the motivation, but this time I had the time and the motivation to be able to actually go this far. Hence the reason you're seeing this now. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have even uploaded this. But I decided to go the extra mile, and I made it to wave 37, as you can clearly see. Now, a little bit of information about what's going on here. As you can see, mostly I'm using the assault shotgun and the bullpup rifle Mark II for this part. Now, you don't have to use the Mark II version of the bullpup rifle, but if you try and use like an assault rifle, say like the carbine rifle or the actual regular assault rifle, aka the AK-47, it will not work because of the way that this spot is set up. Mainly because the longer the gun, the less likely you are to be able to fire it out. Like if I were to try and use something like the heavy MG, like the MG or the combat MG or any kind of long gun whatsoever, it pretty much would not work. The only thing that I've seen like that works is sniper rifles, and that's because you aim down the scope. But even so, the sniper rifles don't work quite as well as, say, the assault shotgun and the bullpup rifle. And one thing I would say not to use in this spot is explosives, for sure. If you need to use explosives for any reason, get out of the dumpster before you do. And for those of you who are wondering what map I did this on, this was the Stab City Survival, for those of you who don't know. So, and this one is by far the easiest one to do, simply because of this spot. So, and as I explain in this part right here, when you get to a high enough round, there are heavies in this. As you can clearly see, there are juggernauts that you have to take down. They're not so hard to take down in this one, mainly because you can keep the continuous fire on them, so long as you don't poke your head up too long. Because as you can see, towards the end of the first clip here, my head gets blown off because I stick it up for too long, and that's what I get for doing so. But wave 37 is not a bad wave. However, I didn't get a lot of money for it, mainly because of Rockstar's system. They have an anti-cheat system in place that prevents you from getting too much money from one job. So, basically, what they did, because if you got too much money on this job, it wouldn't give it to you, they passed it and put a money cap on it, where you would only get a maximum of 210 grand from the survival. So you couldn't get any more than that, as you could see from the previous clip. So, but yes, I did manage to make it to wave 37. By far one of the greatest accomplishments I've ever done. So, but the assault shotgun with no suppressor is definitely one of the most useful weapons for the survival, because it's such a beast of a gun. It's really good at range, and not only that, but it does a lot of damage in a very short period of time, and it's good for up close. So, and yeah. So, and if you need something more long range, the bullpup rifle and the advanced rifle are probably the two best weapons for the longer ranges here. Because sniper rifles are just absolutely useless in this spot. So, and also, The helicopters in this are not very hard to take down. The helicopters in this map are very easy to take down because they're not buzzard attack choppers. As you can very clearly see, they are regular froggers. So they're not hard to take down. Just keep the fire on them and you'll take them down in a matter of seconds. And a little bit of a tip about the enemies. When you get to this high of a round like I am, it's all combat MGs and miniguns. That's all the enemies have. And the minigun guys, I'm going to say, once you get to this high of a round, the assault rifle will not affect them that much. It basically won't knock them to the ground like it would do in the earlier rounds. The assault shotgun, on the other hand, still has enough force to do so, at least for the guys with the combat MGs. Some guys with the miniguns as well. It depends on how far away they are. The closer they are, the more likely it is to knock them to the ground. The farther away they are, the less likely it is to knock them down. But anyways, enough ranting and raving and, explaining this on. As you guys can see, this is how far I managed to make it, Wave 37, and it's honestly a pretty big accomplishment in my books. It is not easy to reach that high of a wave, even in this one. And as you guys could probably see, actually no, I think I edited it out, but I actually ran out of armors and snacks, both. So basically, I was stuck only being able to let my health rebuild up to half at that point. So, but anyways, that is going to do it for this episode, guys. If you liked it, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, this is WarWegianBot, signing out.